Hello YouTube, this is Blurred Sci-Fi Gamer. Welcome to Blurred Pokemon Plays, an archive of all of my Pokemon ROM hack development. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy. Welcome back. In this video, we are taking on Whitney in the rematch battle at Goldenrod City Gym. This rematch is available when you have obtained all 16 gym badges and have spoken to Professor Oak to get Mount Silver opened. Whitney's team for the rematch will be available in the description. She joins the other rematch gym leaders in having a full team of 6 with items. It should be a very competitive battle. Whitney's going to lead with Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff is an obvious choice as another normal type that we did not see in the first battle. In the description you can find the first battle video will be linked here. As with the other rematch battles, the strategy here is to expand Whitney's team. But she's only running 2 Pokemon. We're going to give her a couple more normal type Pokemon. One being Wigglytuff. We're also going to feature some off-type Pokemon. This is a design philosophy I've kept consistent among all of the rematch battles. And that is precisely for the dilemma you're seeing here. I cannot just sweep with the champ. Jumpluff being a fast, grass and flying Pokemon. In this ROM hack it learns Sky Attack, which is essentially Brave Bird. It's forcing me to pivot around and use some other strategy. I have to go into Zapdos. This is not going to be a battle where one Pokemon can come in and click super effective moves 6 times, the same super effective move. And I've done this with all the rematch battles. Therefore, Jumpluff is an off-type Pokemon. I've also made the off-type Pokemon thematic. Jumpluff has more of the cheerful, I'd say cheerful, sunshiny, feminine vibe, which matches Whitney. There are plenty of flying Pokemon I could have chose from. Jumpluff just kind of fits and doesn't have that much representation in the game in competitive battles. Out comes Blissey. Blissey is a no-brainer on a Whitney normal team. Special Sponge. Running a competitive set with Blissey, Seismic Toss is the main damaging move. As expected though, Blissey is going to be absolutely destroyed by any competent fighting type you have. Also keep in mind for this battle, the move tutor right outside Goldenrod, Coin Center, also can tutor Cross Chop, which is great for this battle. Its distribution in this ROM hack has been expanded to include bipedal Pokemon that learn Superpower or Close Combat in later gens. So think your Nidoking, Nidoqueen, Azumarill, Feraligatr, Scizor, Dragonite. All of those Pokemon can learn Cross Chop now. Espeon is the second off-type Pokemon. Once again, fits the theme. It is more of a cheerful, I'd say Espeon is the sun base between the two, Espeon and Umbreon. Gives Whitney not only a fighting resist, but a fast counter to fighting types. There's not a single fighting Pokemon in the game that's going to stand up to Espeon. Espeon just comes in and it's similar to Alakazam, just without the secondary type coverage. Espeon's fast and hits like a truck with Psychic. However, I'm able to safely counter by going into Steelix. One of the things Espeon does not have versus Alakazam is it does not have those elemental punches. Therefore, Steelix is able to pretty easily take care of it. Out comes the familiar ace. Miltank now at level 68. No longer has Rollout and Stomp, but still has Attract. In fact, you'll see on the team in the description that all of Whitney's Pokemon, most of Whitney's Pokemon do have Attract. I'm just faring better in this battle versus the early battle because I now have 3 genderless Pokemon on my team. Zapdos, Starmie, and Suicune. They're not affected by Attract, but they are affected by the paralysis from Miltank's Body Slam. As you can see, the strategy here with Miltank is to Body Slam everything in sight, hopefully getting paralysis, Attract when it can, and then it's going to stall you with Milk Drink. And pretty much anything that can take a Body Slam in this game doesn't want to take an Earthquake. Pretty simple, straightforward set. You're going to need extremely strong attackers to take care of Miltank. Special attackers are better. Fighting is best, but as you saw with Zapdos, you're going to need to try to slow Miltank down to use a fighting type Pokemon. And it's carrying a Miracle Berry, which makes that more difficult than you would think. So Miltank quickly disposes of Starmie and Zapdos. That's what the aces in these battles are supposed to do. They're supposed to give the player a strong challenge and to give the gym leader a chance to turn the tide of the battle with their strongest Pokemon. That is the whole point of the ace. That is why the ace is the signature Pokemon. I've buffed their levels by 10% over the rest of the party. That's what they're designed to do. I go into Suicune. Suicune has a good matchup against Miltank. I actually made a tactical error here. I should have used Extreme Speed, but honestly, it probably wouldn't have even KO'd. Miltank is extremely physically bulky, and Suicune doesn't have great physical attack. So I might have been a coin flip on getting the KO there. I'm just chipping away here. If you have a Pokemon with Toxic, and it can survive long enough to get 2 of them off, that's a good strategy. Remember, the first one is going to get eaten up by the Miracle Berry. But that's a very good strategy, because the AI is not going to switch out. I found that the AI in general, their switching patterns are erratic and don't make much sense. They generally rarely switch. And if they do, you're like, what are they doing? So I'm going here with Curse strategy on Suicune. This set I'm using for Suicune is exclusive to this ROM hack. All of the legendary dogs, Suicune, Entei, Raikou, have access to Extreme Speed. This is for physiological purposes. I mean, Arcanine is a, quote, legendary canine and gets Extreme Speed, so I don't see why Raikou, Entei, and Suicune wouldn't. They're pretty much more legendary than Arcanine, and they're the same kind of organism here. That opens up the opportunity for a Curse Extreme Speed strategy, which is what you see me running here on Suicune. Somewhat playing with fire here. Plan on resting the next turn. But this critical hit actually bails me out because I'm pretty sure my boosted Extreme Speed will KO from here. And it does. And this is a set. A that you can only find here on this ROM hack. I'm trying to rest. We'll see if I get the opportunity to. Nope. And the RNG has other plans. Nope, I will not get a chance to rest. Doing pretty well here. We still have Machamp and Typhlosion to go against a cursing Clefable. Curse is actually a good strategy for Clefable as well, as Clefable is also bulky. Its stats have been upgraded to its later gen stats. It has recovery, but it's no match for Machamp. If you have Cross Chop, it's even better. The Cross Chop has a high critical hit ratio. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and join our community.